Hey guys, how is it going? Welcome back to my channel, Gardening in Cold Spring Harbor. For those of you who are new to my channel, or maybe you guys have forgotten, we are in Long Island, New York, Zone 7A. So we've been having very heavy rain since last night. So there's not much gardening that I could do with you guys outside today. But that is not stopping me, a passionate gardener. Actually, I'm going to use this opportunity to start some of my tomato seeds indoors with you guys today here in my green room. So if you guys enjoy this video today, if you find this video to be very helpful, useful, or interesting, go below this video, guys. Show me the support by clicking thumbs up. Leave your comments below. Love reading your comments, and I personally respond to each and every single one of you guys. And if you haven't yet done so, you could still do so today. I see, guys, I see how many more of you are watching and enjoying my videos every single day. So subscribe to my channel, guys. Gardening in Cold Spring Harbor. Very easy to do. Below this video, there's a subscribe button. All you have to do is click that button and you will be subscribed to my gardening channel. I try so hard, guys. I try to upload a video every single day for you guys. So if you never want to miss any of my new upcoming gardening videos, also click the bell icon. YouTube will notify you every single time I will upload a new gardening video. Now come with me, let's get started. So I want to gear this video more towards the basics of seed planting. Why? Because every time I go to my local garden center or a nursery, I see so many people just walk past the seed section and go straight to the garden center, to the pre-grown plants. And that makes me so sad sometimes. Why? Because I personally think it is so easy and so satisfying to grow your own herbs and vegetables from seeds. So for those of you guys who maybe grew your vegetables or herbs from seed a few times, maybe some of you saw the seed section at your local garden center, but then said, oh, I don't know, maybe this is something that's not for me, got scared and walked right away. And maybe some of you never grew anything from seeds in the past. Well, I want to tell you guys, it is absolutely easy and satisfying to grow your own garden from scratch, from seeds. So let me show you how easy it is to grow your own garden at home from seeds. If you're growing your plants from seed, what is the essential goal, you guys? The goal is to start your plants from seed early enough so that your plants reach that certain height and be just large enough for you, and in time, when it's time for you to transplant your pre-sprouted seedlings outside in your home garden. So here in Long Island, New York, Zone 7A, I transplant or transfer my seedlings, my tomato seedlings, my pepper seedlings, my eggplant seedlings into my home garden in the month of May. And I do not like when my seedlings get either too tall and too leggy, or if I start them way too late, they're just not that strong and not that grown enough for me to transplant them. So I always time very precisely when it comes to tomatoes, peppers, and eggplants. So ideal germination temperature for tomatoes or peppers is somewhere between 75 to 90 degrees Fahrenheit. And when I say those numbers, I am talking about germination, guys, not necessarily growing, already maturing in your home garden. So now let's talk about what do you need when you're starting your vegetables or herbs from seed. Of course, guys, the first thing you're going to need are your seed packets. Doesn't matter the brand, doesn't matter the variety, but of course you're gonna need your seeds. What else are you going to need? You're going to need your labels. So I've been using wooden labels and plastic labels. I find plastic labels to be much more useful and successful. Why? Because after you water and water and water your seedlings, the wooden labels sometimes start to collect water and want water upward, and then whatever you write on your label totally gets washed off and you cannot see your writing anymore. So personally, I prefer to use plastic labels. So what else are you going to need, guys? So the next part that you're going to need is not complicated at all. No reason to waste money, no reason to overthink things. So you need some sort of a seed starting tray, or if you do not have, I have this one as an example. It's the Burpee variety seed starting greenhouse kit. It comes with your seeding tray, the humidity dome, as well as the coconut fiber pieces, which are in each and every one of these cells. So it's very easy to activate these, to hydrate these. All you do is you use room temperature to warmer tap water, and you pour it directly on these coconut fibers, and they expand for you inside your growing cell. So this kit is just one example of a seed starting kit, and it comes with everything that you may need to start growing your seeds. You don't have to waste money, guys. You do not have to pay for seed starting kits. If you have old yogurt containers, or maybe you purchased some plants in the past, you can reuse these cups, the little pots that your previous plants came in. I like to save all of the old pots in which I purchased some of my plants, my flowers, and I reuse them, guys. So that if you're using your pots, or let's say you like to use biodegradable containers, this is just one example. This is a Jiffy biodegradable seed starting container. There are various brands of biodegradable containers as well. So if you're using your cups or your biodegradable containers, what else would you need? You need a seed starting potting mix. Again, I just have this as an example. There are plenty of brands that sell seed starting potting mix. There's also plenty of organic seed starting potting mix out there. One example is a Spom organic brand. So what makes this different? Now this part is very important, guys. Don't think that you can use a potting mix or garden bed mix or topsoil to start your seeds. No, guys. Make sure you use your seed starting potting mix when starting your seeds. Any other soil or mix will be just too heavy for your seedlings, for the root system, and your seedlings will not germinate and will not thrive. So when it comes to choosing the soil, you must choose seed starting potting mix. That is very, very crucial. If you are using a seed starting potting mix versus your seed starting tray when growing your seeds, what else are you going to need? you are going to need some sort of a bowl or a container in which you can pre-moisten your potting mix. Do not put your potting mix into your containers dry. Always pre-moisten your soil in a bowl or some sort of a tray. Whether you're starting your seeds in a seed starting tray or you're using some sort of old flowering pots or even recyclable yogurt containers. And by the way, guys, if you are using old yogurt containers or some sort of, I don't know, salad containers, make sure you puncture plenty of drainage holes in the bottom of your containers. In order for your seedlings to germinate and to grow, they need fully draining soil. You're going to have to water your soil, your seed starting potting mix as soon as you bury the seeds in, whether again, it's a seed starting tray or pots. I prefer to use a misting spray bottle when watering my seeds or seedlings. So I got this one at a Home Depot store. It was only, I believe, $2.97, so less than $3. What I like about this one is that it's an adjustable nozzle, and you could see that you can control how much water and how it comes out of this bottle. You can mist, spray, or stream. So I use the mist function. If I feel like that's not enough water quantity, then I may adjust it to the spray function. Why I don't like using watering cans of any sort, regardless of the opening, is because, number one, I do not want to over water my seeds. I don't want to cause the seeds to rot before they even germinate. And if they do germinate and I use a watering can, I'm afraid I'm going to overwater my seedlings, which will cause fungus disease below the soil level and will harm my new seedlings, guys. Of course, I'm not saying don't water your seedlings or your seeds. Of course, always make sure your seeds are nicely watered. But again, you never want to overdo it. You do not want to overwater them, which is why I personally like and always tell my fellow gardeners to try to use a sprayer bottle when watering your seeds or even emerged seedlings. So what else do you possibly need or may need when growing herbs and veggies from seed? You may need or want to invest in a heating pad. It is optional, you guys. If you have a green room or some sort of a greenhouse, you might not necessarily need a heating pad. So again, it's absolutely optional. You will need to use a heating pad if the temperature is below certain degree level prior to the seeds germinating. Once your seeds germinate, you must shut off that heating pad because excessive heat will cause root damage of your young emerged seedlings. Also, guys, another reason why some people invest in a heating pad is if they want to see their seeds sprout, germinate quicker than they would possibly do so naturally. So let's say you skipped or missed that time frame for starting certain seed variety or certain vegetable seed. And you're saying, oh my goodness, I missed that deadline. What am I going to do now? My seedlings will never germinate. I'll never plant them in time. That is another reason why people get a heating mat, because using a heating mat will speed up, well, a little bit, but it will speed up the germination process. So one more item you might need or consider investing in is a growing light. So I know that most of us start our seeds and place them either in our green rooms or maybe even on a windowsill in our kitchen if there's, of course, enough space. And The thing with young seedlings is that they do tend to stretch and lean towards the window. So basically wherever the sun light or wherever the light is coming from, so they tend to lean in that direction. So some of us end up with stringier, leggier seedlings, which is okay, guys. If you do not have the ability or the financial means to purchase a growing light, by all means, it is optional. Yes, even leggy seedlings will still grow for you guys. But, you know, if you do have a growing light, your plants might and probably will be thicker, stronger, and healthier looking versus those plants which you will start growing just simply on your windowsill. Also, say you started your seeds and you placed them on the windowsill or somewhere in your green room even, and then you come to realize that your seedlings emerged, but they're just so skinny and leggy. Guess what, guys? There is a way to fix that issue as well. And if you are interested in knowing how and why and when to fix leggy seedlings, write me below, write in the comment section. Let me know that you're interested in hearing about that, talking about that, and I will make sure to make a video and upload a video talking all about what causes leggy seedlings and how you can fix that problem so you as a gardener will never get discouraged. And now I want to talk all about why you should grow your veggies and herbs from seed. Why do I love growing everything in my garden pretty much from seed? So number one, there's so many varieties of vegetables and herbs from seed. Much more varieties that you could possibly find in your local garden center or nursery, which are already pre-grown. Like here, I have my tomatillo. I have the Roma tomatoes. I have so many seed packets, you guys. By the way, I have quite a few videos on my channel where I give you just a short glimpse of some of my seed packets. Also, why do I think that it's so much better to grow your veggies from seed? Well, first and foremost, you get to control the whole growing process from the second you put that seed into your seed starting mix, all the way to the point where you get to harvest your delicious vegetables and herbs, especially for those of you who prefer to eat and consume and grow only organic vegetables and herbs. You have full control of the growing situation if you start growing your veggies and herbs yourself from seed, starting with the organic seed starting mix, followed by organic seeds, regardless of the variety, followed by the fertilizers you use, the soil you use, insect control you use, anything and everything. So at the end of the day, in the end of the growing journey, you will 100% know that the vegetable you grew is 100% organic versus just questioning and having doubts in your mind. So to plant today's tomatoes, I'm going to be using this seed starting kit. So I pulled the wrapper off and I just wanted to quickly give you a glimpse of what comes inside this seed starting kit. So here you go, guys. We have our, let me remove everything so you could see. So of course we have the bottom tray, which will essentially, collect any debris or over excessive watering. It comes with labels. So it comes with wooden labels as well as plastic labels. Again, I like using the plastic because it doesn't get soggy and my writing does not get washed off. So it also comes with this chart. So you are basically able, if you don't want to use your labels, these labels, they give you these charts where you can write down exactly what vegetable, herb, and which variety you placed where, as well as the sowing date. And you can keep track of your plants in this way should you choose. Then here are the cells. So this one comes with 72 cells in total, like so. Each cell contains a coconut fiber coir. So again, it's very easy to rehydrate these, and I'm going to show you in a minute how I do them. But some of them, you see how they got flipped sideways? You want your coconut coir to be flat, like so, like a circle on the bottom of each of your cells. So if any of them flipped in transit or at the store, you just use your finger and you position them the correct way. And of course, here is our humidity dome. So once you are done placing your seeds, here you cover them with the humidity dome. So now let me show you how to rehydrate these coconut coirs prior to putting your seeds in each of this cell. Once you position your coconut coirs, all of them, inspect all of the cells and make sure that they are positioned the right way. Again, they should be laying at the bottom of your cell, looking like a circle, like a flat circle. So if your tray arrives or you purchase it and you open it and the coconut coirs are laying sideways like so, push it with your finger and position it the correct way. Now, for those of you who are potentially reusing your seed starting trays from previous growing seasons, or maybe you bought them on Amazon, these coconut coirs are sold separately, guys. Yes, you can purchase them at Home Depot, at Lowe's, on Amazon. I know Burpee sells them separate, Jiffy brand sells them, Gardner's Supply Company sells them separate. So be my guest, reuse. In fact, I always save my seed starting trays. And if I choose to use coconut coirs instead of a seed starting mix, I always am able to purchase these separately. Another cool thing about seed starting trays is that multiple companies, I know Burpee, I know Gardner's Supply, I know that Jiffy even has them now. They sell similar looking, very similar looking seed starting trays or kits, which are self-watering, you guys. So what is the difference between a regular kit like this versus a self-watering? It just comes with a few extra pieces. So below your cells, you would have this plastic piece which would elevate your cells a little bit higher with a water absorbing mat, which would go on top of that extra elevation piece. And you would curve it under those elevation pieces, which would help absorb the water, which would be sitting in this lower tray, and bring it up towards the bottom of your cells. So for those of you who prefer or don't have the time to, water them every other day or so, or every few days, and would rather, skip that process, be my guest, try using a self-watering tray. Again, remember, once the water runs out, you do have to replenish the water in those self-watering trays as well. So the next step is to rehydrate these coconut coirs. And how easy is that, guys? Let me show you. I use a watering can, which I pre-fill with warmer tap water from my sink. And all you do is you just pour that water, your tap water on top, like so. And you can already see my coconut coirs rehydrating. And as they rehydrate, they will get bigger, bigger, and taller, and they will fill up this whole cell. If they need a little help, you can use your finger to loosen them up. But once they're moist enough, rehydrated, your cells will be filled in, you guys. Add as much water as necessary until you see that full rehydration. Look where we started, how low, and look how high these are now. Almost all the way to the top. See how low these were and how high they're getting? This one's approaching all the way to the top already. And then you use your finger to break up the coconut coir. So I'm going to place multiple tomato varieties in these cells. So the 3 rows across, the first 3 rows, I'm going to be planting my big rainbow tomato variety, which are heirloom tomatoes. So also what I like to do is every time I get a new packet, I like to read the directions and or instructions on my packets. Most of the time, they're very, very useful, you guys. See, it says, start indoors in a warm, well-lighted area 6 to 8 weeks before planting outdoors. Sow your seeds 1/4 inch deep in individual containers filled with seed starting formula. Keep moist. Seedlings emerge in 7 to 10 days, 70 to 75 degrees Fahrenheit. And it says, once you're transplanting, set your plants 3 to 4 inches apart in a sunny location after last frost in spring. I think I added just enough water to my coconut coirs. Let's take a look, guys. They look pretty moist. See, they're all the way to the top. Let's see if I can loosen them up. There you go, guys. Look how easy it is. It just falls apart. I like to use my finger to break up the coconut coir like this. See? Very easy. If it's not falling apart this easily for you guys, that might mean that you didn't add enough water to your coconut coir, because if you add just enough, it should be this simple to break up your pellets. There you go. Now, I wanted to quickly show you, for those of you who maybe never planted or grew tomatoes, I just wanted to quickly show you what tomato seeds look like. It might sound silly to some of you, but again, I'm thinking of all of you guys out there, my loyal viewers and my precious subscribers, you guys. So let me just open one of these packets. So again, the big rainbow tomato. I'm thinking, where are you better to see this? Okay, maybe I'm gonna use this paper over here, and I'm just going to put a few seeds. There you go. So this is what a tomato seed looks like. Some are a bit larger, some are a bit smaller, depending on the tomato varieties. But basically, they look very, very much alike, almost identical. When planting tomatoes, they should only be planted or seeded about 1/4 inch deep. So what I like to do is I like to use my finger to make an indent in the middle of each of my cells, like so. And then I take my seeds. So I like to put 2 seeds per cell. So 1, 2. I'm gonna reposition this one a little bit, put it towards the middle. There you go. And then I put some of my coconut coir on top of the seedling, like so. So let's do one more, guys, together. So again, this is the big rainbow tomato. You make an indent in the middle because they only have to be seeded about 1/4 inch deep. So again, I put 2 seeds. 1. I want to ensure perfect germination. There it goes. think I just lost my seed, you guys. It's okay, let's try again. There you go. 2 seeds covered up. Why I put 2 seeds per cell is because I want to ensure perfect germination. If 2 tomatoes germinate, let's say they both germinate, it's very easy to separate your 2 germinated seedlings, sprouted seedlings, and move one of them to a different cell or a different container. So don't worry, both of them germinate. Here in this instance, better be safe than sorry, you guys. Look who's over here trying to help me with starting our tomatoes. Julia just came in, saw me trying to start some tomato seeds, and she asked to be my helper for the day. So I'm letting her break up some more of the coconut coir here for me. She's doing a great job, you guys. So proud of my little 3-year-old helper. After you're done covering up your seeds, basically backfilling each one of your cells, I like to use the misting bottle, like so, and gently spray each of the cells. As you could see, I am not over-watering, and also I am not dislodging or dislocating my seedlings. If I would have poured out of a watering can or some sort of a cup, I would disturb my newly planted seeds, and I do not want to do that. The next variety we're planting is the giant pink Belgium. So while Julie is making the holes for me in the middle of the cells, I just wanted to quickly show you the difference between the seeds. So this one's the giant pink Belgium, came with 30 seeds versus this variety, the first one, which came with 100 seeds per packet. But this one's also heirloom, and the seeds are a bit smaller in size than the first variety, which I started. So also start indoors in a warmer lighted area, 6 to 8 weeks before planting outdoors. Sow seeds a 1/4 inch deep. So you see, guys, that's the same consistent rule, 1/4 inch deep. Keep moist. Seedlings emerge in 7 to 10 days. So let's get this one planted. I'm done planting my 2 tomato varieties over here. I watered them with a spray misting bottle. And now the last thing to do is to cover them with our humidity dome. Remember, I'm only going to keep the humidity dome in place until my seedlings will germinate and will sprout. After which I will remove this humidity dome. You will not need it anymore. And because I will be growing these tomatoes, will be starting these tomatoes in my green room inside indoors, I have a way to control the indoor temperature, which is usually in mid to upper 70s in this room. I will not be using a heating mat. So this is it for this video, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me here on my channel, Gardening in Cold Spring Harbor. Thank you so much for joining me in my green room today, where we started some of my tomatoes from seed. We spoke all about all the supplies you will essentially need if you decide to grow your veggies and your herbs from seed. Again, I think that it is absolutely ideal to grow your veggies and your herbs in your home garden from seed. Is just so rewarding, you guys. So if you enjoyed watching this video, if you found this video to be helpful, useful, show me that support, guys. Click thumbs up below, leave your comments below, talk to me, my fellow gardeners, talk to me, my viewers, and of course you guys, my subscribers. I respond personally to each and every one of your messages, and I love hearing from you guys. If you haven't yet done so, makes me so happy to see you guys subscribe to my channel. Very easy, just click the subscribe button below. Enjoy this beautiful spring weather, you guys. And I love getting my hands dirty and gardening together with you. And I'll see you guys again in my new upcoming gardening videos. Bye, guys.